It is tomato season. If you want to have the best harvest ever, Craig LaHoulier can show you how. He is the author of Epic Tomatoes, How to Select and Grow the Best Varieties of All Time, and he's here with me now. So Craig, you brought 3 different varieties in, right?
To show? Sure. Yeah, I wish I could say I grew these. However, if all goes well, that will be what my garden will be producing in about 2 months.
Okay, what are the 3 different kinds?
So we've got Cherokee Purple here, which shows the dark coloration. And when the person sent me this seed in 1990, it was the very first of that color, the so-called black tomatoes, and it's delicious. This is probably a Brandywine, and this shows how big they can get, and the flavor will be wonderful. And as I told you, these will be coming home with me, so I'll describe to you how wonderful they are. And then when they ripen, we'll bring some in. And this is a variety called Pineapple, probably, and it's one of the yellow-red blushed ones, but they're an inventive chef would just go wild with these tomatoes.
Okay, how much sun is necessary to be successful with tomato plants?
Sure. Well, for a large tomato like a Brandywine, you really want 8 hours a day if you can handle it.
Okay.
For a cherry tomato, and I've got one here that, as you can see, it's so anxious to fruit that it's still in its 3.5-inch pot, and it's got little tomatoes on it. So you can get away.
Does.
Yeah. This is a mystery variety that grew on my friend Bob's deck. We don't know what it is, but we're going to see. So 3-4 hours a day, you can actually get away with getting some cherry tomatoes.
Okay. When it comes to soil, what do we need to know? Because I've just gone to the gardening center and just bought a bag of whatever they recommended.
The word I look for is mix, soilless mix, because it's very free-flowing, it drains well. Anything labeled soil tends to get mucky and heavy, and the plants can actually drown in them if you don't get good drainage. So I like to stay with a nice fluffy soilless mix, let the plant breathe just like we like to breathe, and they'll do fine. Holes in the bottom so that the excess water can drain.
So you need a nice mix. Okay, and when it comes to watering, how much is the right mix?
If you're in containers, you really literally can't overwater in tomato because they just take it all up and whatever they can't use drains. If you're in soil, and in heavy clay soil, you've got to be careful because you can actually water it more than the tomato can take up, and the roots can start to rot. So it's always good to dig a hole, fill it with water in your garden, and see how well it drains. If it drains nice and quick, you know that the plant will take up all the water that's there.
Okay. Pest control.
Yes.
That's what I struggled with because I tried to have an organic garden. I didn't want to spray any chemicals on it, but what do you suggest to keep the pest away? Pests
are interesting because they're such a philosophical discussion, as you know. What I do is, one of the success factors for gardening, I say, is plant it and observe. Live with it and watch what happens. If you see worms on the leaves, pluck them right away. If you see little holes in your tomatoes, that's the fruit worm. Get rid of it right away. Google is your friend. There's so many different, organic fungicides, organic materials, but once your plant is getting diseased, a lot of times that's it. And so when you learn what's happening, find out your extension agent, bring them a piece of the plant. It's all about what can I do next year that can make it better. Because if this year things are going downhill, there's little you can do to really save tomatoes.
I got black rot on mine last time on the bottom. Yeah.
Blossom end rot is what happens when a plant is getting very irregular watering. And so the calcium, which is really important for that fruit to develop, if it wilts, the calcium will leave the fruit and go to save the plant, and it forms a little black spot. So even watering, make sure the plant doesn't wilt, and that will really help alleviate. And some varieties are just prone to that, and usually after the first couple of tomatoes, things will improve. Okay, well this is all. Oh, one more question before I go. Starter plants or seeds? Does it matter? Yes, starter plants and seeds. We've never lived in a better time to be a tomato gardener because there's literally thousands of varieties.
Okay.
So if you find what you like at a local gardening center, we do our seedlings in the spring, there's a great variety. Or you can get a seed catalog and choose. I give a lot of tips in my book, Epic Tomatoes, if you want to start seeds yourself. It's easy, it's fun, but either way you pick, it's a great route, and it's a fun trip to be on.
Oh, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ella.